We just got a new Bill Bean tree. We'll start this next saddle. I'll talk to you a little bit about trees. This tree is weighed with a small post on it. I'm going to show you how to measure a tree. As you cannot measure a tree once the saddle is made. That's not possible. That's always a point of argument, so I'm going to show you how to measure a tree. This is the basics of it. You want to know what your gullet measurements are, pretty critical. This is a semi-quarter horse tree. It is a 6 1/4 wide by 8 inches tall. It has to be measured on the bare tree sitting on a level surface. A semi-quarter horse set in the bars where they're attached to the gullet. The bars are a little steeper than they would be on a quarter horse. These are a northwest bar. They have a nice wide tail. It's rounded. It's a good bar for anybody that rides a lot. That fits a big variety of horses. These bars have slots for your stirrups cut in. They also tie in the gullet fairly high on this style of bar. They're flared nice in the front where you don't get any shoulder interference. Now on the horns, measure the front of the horn. This is a 3 inch tall by 3 inch cap. And the fork, a little hard to see on this, but it's measured at the widest point from here to here. This one is an 8 1/2 wide on the fork. It's difficult to see in the camera, but it measures 8 1/2 inches across the shoulder on the fork. And to measure a seat length on a tree, it's really hard to do this once the ground seat in and the leather's on it. This is the seat length on a tree, right at the top of the fork, the base of the horn, to your cantle, inside edge of your cantle. This is a 16 1/2. So you can see why it's hard to measure the seat length and the gullet dimensions once your saddle's built. This is a 12 by 5. You measure the height of the cantle. It's right from the top of the bar to the top of the cantle. Now, and you check the tree to make sure it doesn't have a lot of rock in it. This one's very, very level. Some trees, they have a little bit of rock in it. It is acceptable just because these edges are so fine, and by the time they're all feathered out and the rawhide shrinks on them, you might have a tiny bit of rock, but it doesn't affect the rest of your tree at all. It doesn't mean that it's a bad tree if it's not excessive. I also buy my tins from Bill to build ground seat over. He cuts them to fit his trees, and there's no point in me trying to cut a tin. He just does a way better job, and they fit every time.